What's going on, guys? We are coming to you from my garage today, and the reason why we're doing that is because it's getting ready to rain outside. Let me turn this around so y'all can see that. Y'all see that? Those clouds are coming in. So yeah, it's getting ready to rain today, so we're in the garage right now. Hopefully it don't rain because I want to show you guys. I don't want to make this a two-part video, so I really want to get what I want done. But I want to talk to you guys about the fall season. As you guys know, the weather's changing, getting a lot cooler. Things are happening in your particular area where some areas are even seeing snow right now. But I want to talk to you guys, particularly for those of you in the South, what you should be doing for your yard going into the fall and winter season. All right, guys, so number one, we're going to talk about mowing height. So I'm going to show you guys a picture of my neighbor's yard, and this is the reason why I'm saying not to do this. Your mowing height is so important. Stay at the mowing level that you're currently in right now. Don't lower the mower blade. Keep it at a height that it is right now. And because one, you don't want to enter any type of you don't want to bring any type of winter weeds into your yard early. Your yard can't compete when it's so low and if it's not used to being that particular height. So don't do that. That's a no-no. Don't start lowering the mower blade because the weather is changing outside. Please don't do that. And number two, let's talk about fertilization. You should not do any fertilization at this particular point. This is not the time to try to put down fertilizer trying to compete. But now for those of you up north, yes, this is your time. This is the time you guys start to jump in and start doing a lot more of the fertilization. This is your growing season, particularly for your northern yards, but not the south. And some of those transitional zones as well, you don't want to do too much. So this is not the time to introduce fertilization into your yard because of the fact that you don't want to try to get growth out of this. And you definitely don't want to damage your yard as the temperatures started to drop. So no fertilization if you're in the south. If you're up north, yes, you need to go ahead and start doing that. This is your time. Number three, let's talk about pre-emergent. Pre-emergent right now is, you definitely want to get that down. If you don't have pre-emergent, go ahead and start ordering you some. The price of those probably is the best time to buy it because it might not be as expensive as it was during the summer. So let's go ahead and get your pre-emergent down. If you're going to put grub control down, let's go ahead and put it down. Grub control, pre-emergent, let's get it down. I don't recommend doing them all together, but I definitely recommend go ahead and get them down now, particularly before we get into the middle of October, going into November. You don't want to start putting that down because it's not going to be as effective because you want your soil temperature to be at a certain temperature when putting that stuff down. So go ahead and start dropping that down now. If you haven't had the chance to do it, go ahead and start doing it. Number four, aeration. Now, I don't recommend a core aeration right now. Although if you are going to do that, particularly for those of you up north, you can do that. But right now, in the south, I don't recommend the southern yards. I don't recommend doing a core aeration. Now, will it hurt your yard? I haven't tried it, but I do recommend putting down liquid aeration, whether you buy from Simple On Solution or some other carrier. Definitely putting down some liquid aeration because you can get your yard to start breathing, and when you put down other products going into the fall season, it'll definitely help. So I definitely recommend putting down some type of liquid aeration. And again, whether you get it from Simple On Solution, which I have a link down below, or you want to get it from some other place, definitely recommend getting some liquid aeration down on your yard this time of the year. This is the right time to start putting down your fall aeration. Number six is humic acid, sea kelp, liquid compost. Any of those things you want to put down, great. If you're going to put down liquid aeration, I recommend you doing this before or after you put down a liquid aeration. So if you're going to put down some sea kelp, you're going to put down some humic acid, sea kelp, liquid compost. And what we're going to be talking about today is all three of those. It's important to go ahead and start putting those down now because you want to prepare that soil for the fall season so that your grass and your roots can have a very good upkeep when it comes back up. So it's important to remember, if you're going to put that down, this is the best time to do it. And again, sea kelp, humic acid, you can put that down any time of the year, but I do recommend putting that down at least. If you can do it twice a month, that'll be great, but once a month going into the fall and winter season, I definitely recommend that. Make sure you water it in, but I do recommend going ahead and putting that down now because it's so important to get your yard prepared for the fall season. So again, let's recap. Mowing height, let's keep it at the height that we are in right now. Don't lower that. No fertilization. If you're in the south, don't put any fertilization down. Let's just stop that right now. I definitely recommend stopping it. But if you're up north, this is your time to go ahead and put that down. Grub control, pre-emergent. Now is the time to start putting that down in the fall season. So right now it's late September, getting ready to get in October. We want to just try to get that down before the middle of October, definitely before the end of October. And if you're going to do any type of aeration, I recommend liquid aeration. But if you want to core aerate, I can't tell you not to do that. But personally, me, I recommend liquid aeration, watering that in for at least 30 to 45 minutes after you put it in. And last thing, humic, sea kelp, liquid compost. Those are some important things you want to start putting down now before we go into the heavier fall and winter part of the season. So just want to get those out of the way first. And so now let's jump into today's video. I'm going to show you guys what I'm using in my yard. This is a new product I've been using probably for about 4 or 5 months now, maybe longer than that. I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. All right, guys, so this is what I'm putting down in my yard right now. This is some root ruckus, and we talked about sea kelp, liquid compost, and humic. This has all of those in it, as you can see right here. I'm trying to zoom that in. It has organic humic, sea kelp, and it has compost, and have a couple other things that help your yard, particularly in this type of season. If you are in an area where it's still hot, I recommend this as well. I'm not sure if there's an area right now that's really hot, unless you're in Florida or somewhere like that. But this is really good no matter what time of the year you're putting it down. I always keep this with me, and you can still add humic. So sometimes what I normally do is the humic acid from Simple On Solution. The first day I'll probably spray this down, and then the next day I'll add some extra humic to the yard, because humic is nothing but decomposed stuff that's been liquefied, so it's not going to hurt your yard. It actually helps, and this right here does it as well. The reason why I got this is because it had that supercharged liquid compost that I really like. So we're gonna be adding some of this into the yard, and again, I got my orthodox sprayer right there. I forgot to mention, you want to shake this up before you use it. It may spill something out of it, but that's okay. But you definitely want to shake this up pretty good before you use it. So about 4.5 ounces we got. Now again, I'm not going to add any type of water to that. If you want to add water to dilute it, you can, but I'm not going to do that. And I'm going to put this back on here. I recommend also, if you're going to pour this out, don't do like I do. Just put something down on your concrete so it won't stain it. But if you wash it off as soon as it drops, it won't stain. That's a good thing about this. Now, another thing about this product that I want to tell you off the back, it stinks because of the compost. So it does have a smell to it, but that's by design. All right, guys, like I said before, we're going to start with the edges, and we're going to go around. So let's get started. Again, just like any liquid that have a black tint to it, it's going to come out kind of black. I don't know if you guys can see that on the video. From the back of it, it looks kind of like it's clear, but it's really black. Again, I want to get those edges first. I don't know if you guys can see how green my yard is. I'm very impressed. I've been using this in my backyard for a couple of months, and it's definitely helped a lot with the health of the grass, because the soil is definitely rich. Again, you want to work those edges. After you work those edges, come on in, work the rest of the yard. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this put down, and I'll see you guys as soon as I get this down. All right, guys, before we go, I want to show y'all first of all, look at my front yard. It is really green. Boo. My wife got us fall and winter stuff up, but yeah, it is really green. Where the Palisades Georgia is green. This is my side yard. And now I got a few weeds in here, and this is a new yard. Like I said, if you've been following my channel for a little while, you know that I did some changing to the side yard. We did a full new yard. We put some new sod down. We put raw Georgia, and there's a few nutsedge in here that I'm really not worried about because it's going to the fall season. But look at this right here, how thick that is. Believe it or not, I had to bag this side over here because how thick it is. And you know, when your yard get real thick, if you're gonna bag it, if you want to mulch it, I should say, you need to bag it till you can get to the point where you can mulch it. So you definitely don't want to start mulching this because it'll suffocate the yard. But look how green all of this is, going all the way back. And believe it or not, the only thing I put down here is sea kelp. I put some humic acid from Simple On solution, and I put that liquid compost stuff that I just showed you guys earlier. I put that down here, and I do fertilize it, but I fertilize it with a 16-4-8. I think that's what it is, from Simple On solution. And I'll put a link to all that down below. But look how thick this is. Raw Georgia. I mean, look how thick that is. That is thick. I mean, solid. And up front, now if you're gonna put raw Georgia or any type of Georgia down with any type of Bermuda, and you want it to blend in, this is North Bridge Bermuda. And look at this. This is thick as well. Yeah. Now this, what I want to do when I water this doesn't get as much water as my Georgia does. My Georgia requires a little bit more water than my North Bridge Bermuda. So in another video, I'll show you guys how I water this, but this is awesome. And it blends in really good, what I really like about it. So this is my side yard. As you know, last season we had Palisade Georgia, and I still got Palisade in here as well. They're going to my neighbor's yard. So yeah, this is really good. All right guys, so this is gonna wrap this video up. I really do appreciate y'all for joining me, but we're gonna talk a little bit more before we go about this particular product. So if you're gonna use this, make sure you use it in the morning or after 3 o'clock. If you use it in the morning, make sure you water it down, or if you're in my case and you're getting ready to rain, use it before rain. But also I wanna tell you that you can also, if you really wanted to push the limit of really helping your yard, put some Super Thrive down. Super Thrive is really good to put down in your yard. You can use Super Thrive not only in your yard, but you can use on your plants and stuff as well. So in my front yard and on the side yard, I mix both of these products together, and I put it down, and it does a wonderful job for the soil. So I really recommend doing that if you're gonna put this down. So if you can get your bottle of this right here, and I have everything linked down below, get you some of this and make sure you put it down as well. So it'll definitely help your yard. I really do think that you guys would like that, the results of that, and specifically going into the winter season and the fall season. It's definitely going to really help your soil to help your plant roots and stuff like that come back for next year. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to prepare the roots to go into the season, to the fall and winter season, but also come back for the spring and summer season as well. So all right guys, this is going to wrap this video up. I really do appreciate y'all for joining me. Don't forget to check out everything I have listed down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.